And what's up, you guys? This is a mic back. Let me know if you guys can hear me properly. This is my first stream, by the way. Welcome, 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 everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm not Sean, guys. I am not Sean, but hey, I will be leading today's stream, and Sean also will be joining me. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Mango Grove. So many people out here. I think, we got 40 viewers. Am I reading this right? This is my first live stream, by the way. I won't lie, I am a bit nervous. I am nervous. Let's see who we have in here, shall we? Well, we got Sean, the very handsome Sean in here.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, guys.
There he is. Sean, I missed you. He was like literally right behind me. And he's like, don't worry, Krisha, I got you. I'm here to support you. I'll be watching you do this. Allow me to just switch my screen. Apologies, everybody. Where is the chart? Let's bring it on. And boom! Bitcoin, guys at the eyes. Yes, let's take this baby up. Let's see. Guys, okay, so first off, before, well, I cut to the chase, I'm clearly all over the place. Can you guys hear me properly? Is the volume good? Can you guys hear Sean as well as the music? Can you guys hear the music? The music is very important.
Indeed.
Nope, no sound at all. Wolvie says there is no sound at all. Okay, it's just very low. Should I turn up the music? Guys, let me know. Wolvie's like, it's okay, Krish, I will go easy on you. Thanks, man, thanks.
The first stream is always the most nerve-wracking, but the fifth one is pretty bad too. Then it gets easy.
Music is low. Okay, give me a second.
Guys, wait till we get Krisha on cam. That's when it's gonna get real fun. Getting her blushing on camera.
Oh my god.
Oh man, that's gonna be the goal of every stream.
Alright, give me a minute. Let me turn up the music.
Sana Anonymous says, I like your voice more. Everyone in the world likes Krisha's voice more. She has a gifted voice, man. It's so good.
Okay. God, I'm already struggling. My goodness. So my volume is on like but there. another way to do this.
Open
Better
up the
now?
mixer.
Is it the mixer? I think it's the mixer.
Just increase it a tad bit.
How's this now, guys? Give me a go. Is it too loud? Is it too soft? And then we'll get this party started. I like your voice more. Thank you. 10 to 4, is it okay? Give me a go.
The audio seems better now, Krisha.
Oh, brilliant. Perfect. Thanks, Mark.
Krisha, Bob is here.
Is where? I like, my God.
He's on the chat. Krisha's like fumbling around.
He's like, not me.
So
Sean
cute.
and I are homies to the end. She has a nice voice, but Sean's is better. I agree, Bob.
Nice. I have a couple of supporters. The loyalists.
All right.
The Sean Dexter loyalists.
So, Sean, Bitcoin finally at 60K, at least, 59,434. Close enough. We wicked all the way up to the top of this green box territory that I've had. How's everyone feeling right now? I think my last video I conducted, Sean, I had actually asked people how many of them were net short Bitcoin, because, well, I noticed that there was a lot of pain in one of the earlier streams. People were not too happy, even though Bitcoin was looking very good. Right?
I was feeling particularly smug this morning with the read we had, or should I say I had last night on the BTC chart. I was like, Krisha, this is it. Bitcoin's running tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, Bitcoin's going to be pumping. We've seen this happen far too many times where people get really excited for the big Ethereum move, which, by the way, I believe is coming. But BTC putting in a low high against the daily 21 EMA, daily Tenkin, a lot of people getting excited. Yeah. And it just ended up being liquidity to sell into the BTC pairing, right?
Yeah.
I've been there, victim to that. And this time around, we dumped a little bit more of our Ethereum into Bitcoin, paying off.
Yeah, and I think that, so it's this is where people sort of get confused, right? Because if you look at the Ethereum USD chart now, just in yesterday's stream, right, as soon as we were about to end it, Ethereum actually took a leg up. Ouch, this chart is messy. Okay, remove drawings. Ah, that feels good. But I noticed that Ethereum started pumping, and Sean, I had actually brought up that beautiful inverted head and shoulders, right, on Ethereum's chart on the daily time frame. So it's like, while Ethereum on relative to USD can actually still go up alongside Bitcoin, the FBTC chart, if you're someone at the very least playing Ethereum BTC, it's not necessary that, well, it goes up as well, because you're essentially comparing one bullish asset against the other. If Bitcoin is running harder, then expect Ethereum BTC to be taking a dump, right? And that's essentially what we're seeing here. And you're right, Sean, I think this was more of a sort of sell the bounce kind of thing, especially if you look at the weekly time frame. I mean, we lost that 21 EMA. Right now, it looks like price might just close underneath that 21 EMA, right?
Yep, I definitely think so as well. Bitcoin is, I don't know. I think your question to the community yesterday when you asked them how many of you are net short Bitcoin, I was pretty surprised with the response I saw in the comment sections from a lot of people saying, yeah, I have no Bitcoin, but I have Cardano. Yeah, I have no Bitcoin, but I have a lot of Chainlink. I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting it to be that leaning so much towards the altcoin side, right? Especially since our channel is very, very Bitcoin like heavy, right? We focus. We're pretty much Bitcoin maxis to a certain extent. I don't like that term, but I was pretty surprised because we have been kind of leaning bullish on Bitcoin, but I see why people lean towards altcoins, right? Because the gains can be way more, right? However, what people tend to forget is that your gains can be that much more if, like, okay, so let's put it this way. People say, okay, you know, I can get a 3x on Ethereum, I can get only a 2x on Bitcoin, right? That's the mentality that people have, which is not wrong. However, if Bitcoin is dominating the market, what people fail to realize is that your altcoins get that much cheaper. You can get a 10x on Ethereum if Ethereum dumps 3x against Bitcoin, right? And then pumps, and then it starts moving later, right? So you want to be able to buy Ethereum cheap, but it gets that much more cheaper if your Bitcoin is getting more expensive. So that's one way to think about things that may help people survive this market, because this is really protective as well in the bear markets, right? If you are caught in a situation where you're long crypto, but a majority of your portfolio is Bitcoin, right? Because you're waiting for the altcoins to get weak and dump, but then the entire market dumps, right? Even Bitcoin dumps, you're going to find, right, 99.99% of the time that Bitcoin is going to dump far less than your altcoins, and that's protective in nature.
Yeah. So how's everyone feeling right now about Bitcoin and just crypto in general, the crypto market in general? Like, apparently there was some news today on the Bitcoin ETF that I'm not sure if it got passed, if it's been approved by the SEC, but I don't think the SEC intends to contest that ETF. So that's bullish news. So I don't know. Do you guys think it's priced in? Because I was reading something today where they're like, oh, it's been priced in. How many of you think that the ETF, the news on the ETF, has been priced in? I'm curious to hear everyone's thoughts on this.
So Bob says, Sean, you gotta realize, since most people are not very experienced in timing trades, it's safer at this point in the bull run to hold alts for more gains and sell in a month or so. That's true, Bob. Yeah. But on the flip side, let me throw a counter to that. In the first half of your sentence, you're saying that people are not good at timing the market. But then in the second half of your sentence, you're saying, hey, they can sell their altcoins in a month or so, which entails timing the market, right? So, hey, let's not time the market, but let's time the market when it comes to selling. Let's time the market when it comes to holding, but let's not time the market when it comes to selling, right? So you have it both ways. You're going to get wrecked through one angle or the other. You've got to have a strategy regardless, and your strategy is going to involve timing. It could be a simple moving average cross, an exponential moving average cross, a bullish bearish TK cross. It doesn't matter. You're going to eventually have to have a strategy that is going to require some sort of timing, even if it's dictated by indicators that are out of your control, right? So, yeah, let's read your sentence again now. Sean, you got to realize that since most people are not very experienced in timing trades, it's safer at this point in the bull run to hold alts for more gains and sell in a month or so. But it's also safer to hold Bitcoin in case you get the timing wrong and the bear market is upon you faster than you think, right? Because you start the sentence with people cannot time the market well, right? Amateur traders cannot time the market well. In that case, it's going to be really hard for them to time the top of the market as well, too, right? When does it come? In a month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, right? Bitcoin will dump less, right? If you want to talk about what's safer, Bitcoin's always going to be the better choice. It's always going to be the better choice, period. Until we see it different. Right, that may change, but at the time, for the moment, it's not.
So, Bob, were you talking about in terms of, really, you think that it might just be a waste to optimize between cryptocurrencies in a bull market? Is that what you're sort of referring to? Because yeah, I think, since there's so much we're seeing strength on Bitcoin right now, right? Where we're so close to $60,000, so close to getting past those highs. In fact, this Sean Vishal actually just mentioned, props by the way on this catch, Vishal, said that 6 hour had a beautiful close, and I agree. 6 hour did
Ooh.
have a beautiful close. In fact, this was a rising broadening wedge that did break to the upside. Now, this is a really, really good example of a bearish pattern, actually seeing that continuation to the upside, because the overall trend is a rather bullish one. Now, with the strength on Bitcoin, now this is something I mentioned yesterday too. If you're seeing strength on Bitcoin, expect your altcoins relative to USD to also see that push to the upside. And we're seeing that on Ethereum, and I'm sure we're seeing that on Cardano USDT is up as well. I don't have too many alts on this, as you guys can see. But I'm sure other coins relative to USD, they're also trending to the upside. So yes, I agree that, you know, on a general sort of market basis, things are going to be trending. So it might not be, for beginners at the very least, might not be the best thing to try and optimize everything, like every trade, jump from one thing to another, because a lot of times, I know that sort of hurt me in the last bull market, where I was trying to over optimize and I ended up losing out on some significant gains.
Yeah.
Just by jumping from one altcoin to another. I'm like, oh, this is not moving. I'm going to jump into Ethereum. Ethereum's not moving. I'm going to jump into, I don't know, Cardano. I'm going to jump into BNB. And then I ended up losing a lot of those major 2x, 3x moves to the upside. But I'll say this, though. Sean did mention something, the safest bet. He said the safest bet is going to be Bitcoin. And if there was one regret that I had getting out of the last bull market, guys, there was one massive regret that I had. It was I did not hold enough Bitcoin. You know, because I was in that mindset, oh, Bitcoin's not going to give me those life-changing gains. And so that's what sort of kept me away from Bitcoin and got me holding on to all my altcoin bags. And that was the biggest mistake I made. That was the biggest freaking mistake I made, because even on the downside, when the bear market actually started, the best asset to have been holding at that point was Bitcoin. In fact, that's when you see all the Bitcoin believers, the new Bitcoin believers, actually, you know, emerge.
I agree. I really agree. I think sitting through at least a cycle, if not a cycle and a half, primarily in Bitcoin, and then trading the way Bob mentioned, is the way to go. Right. So again, Bob goes on to say, my altcoin versus Bitcoin portfolio would disagree with you. And my reply to that would be, but you are not an inexperienced trader, right? You are an experienced trader. You're talking about your experience in the past and what's been better. And yes, if you have to optimize with experience, knowing how to trade the volatility, knowing how to trade your emotions, which you talk a lot about over here, you'll know that holding all coins in the bull market is gonna outperform Bitcoin, period, right? Ethereum, for example, has outperformed Bitcoin by, I think, at least 3x, maybe a bit under, but let's round up to 3x, right? And yes, altcoins will outperform Bitcoin in a bull market, but Bitcoin will outperform altcoins in a bear market. And the likelihood of a brand new trader, right, being able to time the top of the bull market is very, very low. They all are going to try, but they're all going to, many of them at the very least, are going to make some mistake or the other. Even if they end up selling at the top at, let's say, 20,000, which was the top, a lot of them ended up trying to buy around 10,000, 13,000 and got dumped on all the way down to 3,000, and they lost everything, right? Especially because they kept giving away all of their Bitcoin to the altcoin bear market. And then because I've seen this happen, man. I've seen people wither away portfolios in the millions down to under $50,000, and it was like, you could learn so much from other people's experiences and mistakes, right? And really try to understand what went wrong. You really spend time talking to them and asking them questions. And I realized that it was just that. If they had just understood the emotions that the volatility in this market can take you through, if they understood that, they wouldn't have been making those mistakes, which is why I recommend learning this market and the volatility, because the volatility in this market, by the way, guys, is going to shake out institutional traders as well. It's going to hit them like a freaking truck, right? They're not going to know how to handle it, right? It's going to happen to everyone who's new to this space. So my opinion, have a majority of your stash in Bitcoin, at least 50%, through at least one cycle. Learn how these markets move, so that way when you go through the emotions of this market, you know how to keep them at bay. And then you can do what Bob suggests, right? And then you can start taking advantage, because now you have Bitcoin and you get to buy altcoins at massive discounts against Bitcoin. Because in the bear market, while altcoins dump, right, everything's going cheap against USD, well, they'll get even cheaper against Bitcoin, right? So if you're caught in a position where you did not sell the top, at least your Bitcoin is making the altcoins cheaper. I hope I made sense there.
No, you did. And that's the thing, right? It's about really when you get enough experience in the markets, you suddenly everything sort of clicks. You understand the relationship between the altcoins and Bitcoin, and over time you also tend to understand the market leader, which is Bitcoin, and how it all sort of feeds into each other. It's like a feedback loop between Bitcoin and the altcoins. And it's really about you wanting to optimize ultimately and assessing that macro trend. The macro trend, in my opinion, is the most important thing that you can assess.
Yeah.
John, I got the dynamic on. The dynamic has been freaking splendid. Like, the tempo went up even before we took out the weekly dynamic to the upside, and it's just been on ever since. It told us that the momentum was like really kicking in. So this is going to start trending to the upside, man. I'm waiting on this freaking break. $60,000, that's going to be the break. I think we close a weekly over this. Buckle the hell in, guys. Buckle the hell in, because let's not forget. Now, this is something that I told everyone about, right? That beautiful cup and handle. This is what, 74,000? Takes us all the way up to $74,000 to $75,000 per Bitcoin.
The new version of the tempo on the updated dynamic has been so strong. So Vishal, if you're still listening over here, I'm not sure whether you've updated to the new dynamic because you have been away for a while. Make sure that you go ahead and refresh your dynamic by repicking it from your indicator list, because the tempo on this one, I've worked really hard on it, and it's really powerful. So use your tools to your advantage. I really like the way the tempo has been behaving. Misi goes on to say, what's likely to happen now, I've been in for over a year and I can relate to what you are saying. Bob Harrison says, don't need to time the top. Any new trader who bought in 2019, someone who bought in 2019 I wouldn't consider them a new trader anymore. Because it's been 2 years, right? Now we're at the end of 2021, and 2 years in crypto years is like 10 years in traditional market space, in my opinion. Because, geez. No, Misi, I think Bob is right. He says, sounds to me like you're overloading, and if you are on losses right now, reduce the number of your trades. Don't use leverage. Further panic simply locks in losses. Yeah. Having that emotional control to sit through your trades and your trade ideas is more important than just trying to make money in the market. You need to be able to sit through your strategy. Krisha can tell you how often we've made like stupid mistakes only because we've been over-positioned for emotional maturity trading markets, right? Even though through a financial perspective, it may not seem like a lot. You're emotionally not ready to be taking those kind of positions in the market. So you need to build up to that.
Yeah.
Sure. What are your thoughts on the lower time frames? Let's take a look at the 1 hour.
There's one question here that I just saw someone ask a good question. Okay, Toasty Jam. I love that name, Toasty Jam. I've seen some people talk about Bitcoin having low volume. Is it a concern? Now, if you have to really break it down, if you have to think about like the order book and stuff, if Bitcoin is rising, okay, Bitcoin is, inching to the upside, and you're not seeing volume on this, it's essentially telling me that, you know what, there's not a lot of volume on the sell side right now. So there are very, very few sell orders on that side of the book, right? So even for price to get bumped up, like it's just going to require that much less volume to actually take price up because there's no sell pressure coming in. So I think it's more right now, because I'm assessing the macro trend. The macro trend is bullish. We've taken out some major levels, and then on top of that, we're not seeing, that big volume sort of spike really come in, telling me that there's the sell side of this book is thinning out right now. or rather it is thin. But yeah, now we can go ahead and check out the lower time frames. Sean, what do you want to check out? Are you seeing something 4 hour, 12 hour?
No, I was just looking at the 1 hour time frame actually come up against that weekly resistance level that we marked out on yesterday's stream, and I find the price action against it a tad bit interesting. So I'm just looking to see whether we do see a pullback down to around that 58,600 level that people maybe I'm trying to.
We got the Tenkin coming in there, so there's 1 hour, Tenkin 21 also creeping up there. How about the 4 hour though? I don't know, 1 hour gets me like it gets me anxious.
Well, we broke out of a 4 hour consolidation, right? So I'm looking for the 1 hour to have either a continuation of the trend towards the upside, or we pull back down onto a 4 hour like level, like a horizontal or wick high. Like it's kind of why I'm looking at 58,568, a wick high that we took out to the upside.
Yeah, right now the 4 hour has a doji on it. Like it's a pretty serious doji there. Jesus,
yeah,
is coming for Bitcoin, guys.
So you see that level that you have marked out there. I pretty much have that same level too. And the way I'm reading this now is that we start seeing even 2 4-hour candle closes above that weekly level there, leading into. Keep in mind, Krisha, it is a Friday, all right? Yeah. It is a Friday, so we start seeing CMEs close above the week. Do you have CMEs on? Yeah, you do. It's second on your list, so we can go ahead and take a quick look at it.
Notice how Sean knows my list better than I do.
CMEs needs to close about 61. It doesn't need to be honest. Closing over here would be good enough in my opinion. But if it does close about 62,640 by the end of the day, because CMEs does not trade on the weekend, so this is the weekly closure for CMEs. Keep that in mind. This is going to be really bullish, and the open interest in CMEs has been drastically increasing. So they've been kind of pricing in the idea of a Bitcoin ETF approval for a while now. It has been essentially depicted on the charts the way CMEs has been trading, but I'm not. Is it confirmed that the ETF is truly approved? I think so.
Has it been confirmed? Like I looked into the news. It just said the SEC doesn't intend on really rejecting it or contesting it. There was no like stamp of approval. It's been confirmed, kind of thing, you know.
I think it's been confirmed. I think Bloomberg and the rest of the news websites have just not published yet. But I'm pretty sure it's been confirmed because there are a lot of smug people on Twitter at the moment who are. I'm not sure whether you guys follow Nick Carter, or because he's been an advocate of Bitcoin for a while now, and there's this news reporter from CNBC, I believe, Joe Weisenthal, who's been like toxic critique on Bitcoin, and he posted an article, I believe, around 6 months ago. Joe Weisenthal saying, "Sadly, the Bitcoin ETF will never get approved, and here's why." And Nick Carter waited like 6 months, maybe a year, patiently without replying to that. And today he replies to that saying, well. Found that hilarious. I'm like, wow. Talk about the patience, waiting, lurking in the corner for the knockout punch.
He probably had that tweet freaking copy pasted somewhere. Oh, God.
And he tweets it out on his wall saying, "Get in there, everyone." He's urging his followers to go mock the guy too. Love it.
Dude, crypto Twitter has been so freaking entertaining so far. Like, it's legit been competing with mainstream media news. Like, there's just so much happening in the world. And apparently, Sean, I think you had mentioned it, Coinbase published or released some new NFT thingamajig? Yeah,
I'm not sure what's going on over there. I need to look into what they're doing exactly, but essentially I believe they are releasing NFTs that are maybe the chat can help us out over here and correct me if I'm wrong. But from the quick glance I took at the page, the NFTs are made by the community members, right? And I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. So forgive me if I'm wrong. And there's what interested me though was the interest in the Coinbase NFTs, right? There was 1 million people who signed up to the waiting list like almost immediately. Now we don't know if many of those registrations are just bots, people trying to get in multiple spots. But either way, I think NFTs are definitely something to look into leading into the next market cycle, Krisha, because there are going to be a lot of scams, a lot of things that go to zero, etc., etc. But just like the ICO phase, there are going to be some good projects that do come out of it.
Yeah. Like, I'll be honest with you, I still don't, I feel like it's very new, and I think it's still yet to find its sort of space, like its spot in this entire sphere. Like, there's so much that I just still do not understand. I still have to sort of dive into it. But I guess...
think Bitcoin's going to eat the NFT market as well. I'm that kind of Bitcoin maxi. Bitcoin eats up everything. There's no reason for any of these things to not be implemented on the Bitcoin network eventually, right? People said, "Oh, Bitcoin will never scale," but look at the Lightning Network now, right? You got to start questioning your preconceptions on Bitcoin not being able to do this, not being able to do that, and then suddenly it does it without people even realizing. People have not been keeping an eye on the Lightning Network. It's freaking mind blowing right now. It's mind blowing.
I think anyone like really transacting using any, I'm not going to say any of the blockchains out there, but Bitcoin, Ethereum, like this entire space, and especially if you're also aggressively transacting in the legacy system, which is basically your banking system, it's every time I use the legacy banking system, it's such a facepalm. I'm like, why is this still so difficult? Especially knowing what's what we're all dealing with here with Bitcoin and Ethereum and stuff. So Bitcoin especially, like, it's so fast now. Jesus, seconds. It takes you seconds and it takes you cents.
So Krisha, over here on the chat, the community saying that what Coinbase is doing is they're going to be releasing a NFT platform, like an NFT market sort of thing, is what Mark says. So then I believe the community can publish their own NFTs on it, right?
Yeah.
So I guess it's going to be like a cross-chain NFT marketplace. Because one of the issues that NFTs had, I don't say issues, or rather criticisms that NFTs received was like, okay, NFTs are competing on different chains, right? It's going to end up being the chain that survives that holds the NFTs of the future. But that may not be true if you start having things like Coinbase that are hosting NFTs across different platforms. So I'm really I'm really not well versed on any of this, so I'm really interested in finding the time to do some research on this.
I feel like many of the exchanges right now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm not sure if you guys are noticing it, like Coinbase, Kraken, like the amount of listings. I remember in the last bull market, every time something was listed on Coinbase, it was like, oh my god, it's on Coinbase, it's gotta be good, but it appears that now many of these exchanges are just looking to capture market share, right? And it's just not with listing cryptocurrencies, but it's also about getting on to like the newest trend. So right now it's NFTs, right? So you're seeing, I bet you the next one in line is going to be Kraken. Kraken is going to come in to capture some degree of this market share as well.
Bob, you are very, very wrong that Bitcoin is not highly energy intensive at all. That's a huge misnomer, a false narrative. Bitcoin is actually the greenest thing that has happened to this planet in a very, very long time. Bitcoin will make this planet more energy efficient, more green. It incentivizes people incentivizes miners to go ahead and find cheaper, more efficient green energy, and because of that, it allows other firms to go ahead and start operations in locations that they otherwise would not have been able to harvest energy from, because it's not cost effective for them. Because initially, what they'd have to do is, okay, we build up all of these operations, but now we're going to need to be able to sell this energy to people. But if there's no development around the area, right? There's no like neighborhoods or factories, etc., to sell that energy to. They are going to go into a loss, so they'll have to like first put up all those operations, go into years and years of losses, decades of losses perhaps, before they can make use of that good, clean, green energy. But now what they're doing instead is they're setting up operations, making deals with Bitcoin mining firms, and say, okay, we'll sell you the energy to begin with, right? In order to curb our losses, maybe even go into profits, at the very least break even, and then around that, neighborhoods are going to start getting built, and around that we are seeing activity begin. So Bitcoin is literally freeing up green energy. So that's such a big the fact that you say that, though, lets me know how much information asymmetry around Bitcoin there still is, even within crypto market participants, right? Yeah, there's so much you need to read into and learn. There's I spent a lot of time on this. Believe me, I'm not saying this because I have a strong bias on Bitcoin. Bitcoin does have problems, by the way. Bitcoin does have problems, but it's not anything that you mentioned over there. None out of everything you mentioned over there, none of it is a problem for Bitcoin. There are problems, though, that Bitcoin has.
So along with watching like a whole bunch of other random shows on Netflix and Amazon Prime or whatever, there was this one documentary that we watched recently about Bitcoin's ESG narrative, and it's called The Machine Greens. Definitely go ahead and check that out if you guys want to sort of get a better understanding of how Bitcoin is actually pretty freaking green. The Machine Greens. It's such a weird name. I don't know why they came up with that, but yeah, check it out. I think it's on Netflix, Sean. Did we watch it on Netflix, or was it one of the other providers? I'm not sure.
It was on YouTube.
I think YouTube. It was on YouTube. There we go. Even better. For free. Ken is in here. What's up, Ken? How's it going? Let's look at...
You're comparing Bitcoin's layer 1 scaling to a project that does not even really exist yet, right? Cardano is still a work in progress, and while Bitcoin is a finished product. So now, again, there's probably things out there that are going to, of course, be more efficient in the long run, but we're talking about a finished product right now, and there's very few finished products in the crypto space, unless Cardano has made leaps in the past month or so. Not sure about that.
Sean, I want to look at Bitcoin dominance. Let's go ahead and check that one out. I'm going to switch. I was just looking at it. I'm sure some of you guys noticed it on my screen. Let's get on over to the weekly time frame. I like assessing Bitcoin dominance on the weekly. And man, it's too bullish here. I think Bitcoin actually has the edge. I think that the alts really only stand a chance once we get up to that 47% region there. I'll be looking at this. So I think as soon as we start closing additional, at least the daily, I'll be looking at the daily. We start closing back up against this 44% region. Bitcoin might very well be giving us a thing that, you know, it's going to take another leg up.
Hartham was mentioning that in the C channel. He's like, this is essentially the structure that Bitcoin has been putting in on Bitcoin dominance has been giving us the clues as to what Bitcoin wants to do against alts for a while now, and we're seeing it all unfold. Every move that altcoins have been having against Bitcoin at the very least has been sold into. Now, I don't think this pattern's going to just keep going. I think when we get to the top of the range, it'll be interesting to see what Bitcoin does against altcoins. What are your thoughts, Krisha?
Yeah, and we're sort of, and so far I've noticed, Sean, like if you just sort of get on over to your lower time frames and stuff, I'm not sure if you can see my chart right now, but notice how well it's just respected all of these levels. So I think that it's like, it's gonna hit a point. I'm looking at 47%. We get up there, I'm saying that the altcoins might start getting that edge back. But the tell, by the way, guys, that tell on the altcoins getting their edge back against Bitcoin is going to be on your Bitcoin pairing. So keep your eyes on the Bitcoin pairings, because that is essentially what's going to really tip you off on, hey, you know what? This is a good chance, this is a good opportunity for me to start jumping into the alts, for me to start positioning in the altcoins. So here's the tip. Keep your eyes out on the Bitcoin pairings, plus look for that altcoin trend to still be intact on the USD charts. Okay, so you're looking for a nice, good, powerful, strong, bullish USD chart, and you're looking for the altcoin Bitcoin pairings to start showing you signs of reversal.
Kusha, what I find really interesting to look at is the inverted Bitcoin dominance chart. So you could go ahead and just click on the left-hand corner over there and just use the quick tool that TradingView does provide to invert the chart.
Done. Look at the weekly.
I'm looking at the 4-day, and there's a key. Well, the weekly too works, but there's a key horizontal that we broke down yesterday. Are you seeing that inverted structure that we broke towards the upside between June 10th and 17th of August?
June, July. What chart are you on right now? As in what time frame?
The 4-day.
The 4-day.
Yeah, so you kind of haven't marked out over there. Yeah.
Okay, I see what it is that you're talking about. It's this right here, right? You have a neckline at around, oh, I can't read that.
Yeah, it's 0.02.
Yeah. But yeah, yes, so that is, so you're saying that it's, let's say, Bitcoin dominance is sort of broken back down underneath that.
Yeah, so my chart looks a tad bit different. But there you go. Okay, there you go. Okay, you're looking at the 4-day now. Okay, yeah. I'm just looking at your screen a bit delayed. Yeah, so there you go. Yeah, that's it. We're looking at the same thing. But yeah, it's broken down, right? So this is Bitcoin dominance inverted. So essentially, this is altcoin dominance, right? And essentially indicating that we might be seeing some trend continuation towards the downside. Yeah. So downtrend on altcoin dominance. And I don't want us to look at this through a bearish perspective. I want us to look at this as hey, altcoins are going to get a lot cheaper against Bitcoin, and there's going to be massive opportunity if you can catch that those dips on the Bitcoin pairings and then ride altcoins towards the upside. So that's going to require some market timing. Indeed, Bob is correct on that note. But Mango hopefully will be able to catch those moves, because all it takes is one altcoin cycle where you nail those moves, and it really can change your portfolio.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Also, guys, 48 likes and 114 watching. Come on, guys. You guys can do better than that. Smash those likes. Helps us out here at Mango. Goes a long way for the channel, as well as it lets us know if you guys really enjoy these live streams. Today is my first one. I'm a bit rusty, so hopefully I'll be as entertaining as Mr. Sean Dexter here.
You're doing fantastic. You're being more entertaining. Mock definitely seems to be studying his Bitcoin theory, though. That's a good point over there. He says, yeah, the inefficiency you're talking about is the power to protect that digital gold. And until you actually feel the pain of having your wealth eaten away over years, now it's happening even at a faster rate, right? You don't really appreciate the opportunity. So people love Cardano, love Ethereum, love all these other altcoins because they're trying to create wealth, right? Which is, I completely agree with that idea. Power to all of you. But when it comes to protecting your wealth, right, there's, in my opinion, nothing better than Bitcoin. Yes, Bitcoin may not have the same gains upside as Ethereum, Cardano, Solana, Avalanche. These guys are going to outperform Bitcoin in every bull market. As long as they survive, every project, every altcoin that survives for the next cycle is going to outperform Bitcoin, in my opinion. But people don't buy Bitcoin to outperform altcoins. People buy Bitcoin to ensure their buying power, while the Fed is eating away at their buying power at a ever expanding rate every year. So your year over year inflation of the money supply now is sitting at 20%. 20%. That's oh my god, that's just that
So yes,
can't have that.
the inflation rate came out at 5.4%. Now, for some people, they're like, "Oh, what's 5.4%?" No, but think about people with, you know, a lot of wealth as well. I mean, 5.4% pretty much affects everything that you're buying. 5.4% will add up, and it will add up big time, and it's something that will cascade onto the years to come for almost every household. So these the rate of inflation is actually pretty scary. So I was actually looking at the breakdown, by the way, yesterday, and I noticed that the sector that took the biggest bump up was energy, right? And because it's energy pretty much feeds into every other aspect of society and just the way we all work. I think that's going to have another sort of cascading effect onto everything else around us.
Indeed.
Supply chains too, they're all choked up. They kept saying it was transitionary, but I mean, I feel like the implosion, or what sort of the chokehold there was the supply chain, the break in supply chains because of COVID. Right, up till today, I don't know about you guys, at least where we're at, I mean, supply chains are still broken, right?
Yeah.
And I've been talking to my parents too. My parents are like, yeah, there's a shortage of XYZ. So we're still seeing the repercussions of the supply chain chokeholds across the planet still.
Srinath asks a good question. He says, Sean and Krisha, I want to understand if it's good to trade any arbitrage opportunities between exchanges. For example, New Cipher now on Coinbase is at 58 cents and 75 cents on Binance. Are there risks with these trades? So you got to ask why that's happening. Usually, if there's any arbitrage opportunity, it will be eaten away by bots almost instantly. So it's really hard to trade arbitrage opportunities in the crypto space because there are bot and algos who are looking and hunting for these opportunities all the time. Now, that's not to say that there aren't opportunities for you to be able to capitalize on it before the bot and algos do so, because there could be reasons, right? As long as the reasons are to your advantage, like maybe there's not enough liquidity for the bots to be able to take advantage of it. But you also keep in mind, maybe New Cipher has a ERC20 token on one exchange and a native token on another exchange. There could be so many things happening. So arbitrage opportunities, unless you need to figure out whether there is truly an arbitrage opportunity, right?
Yeah.
Back in 2016, 2017, there were arbitrage opportunities between various dexes that we were taking advantage of, but those began to thin out as more and more bots are getting involved in the game.
And that 3-day Ichimoku cross.
The 600,000.
Bada bing, bada boom. Who caught that one? Who caught that video where we brought up the 3-day Ichimoku TK cross? That's a bullish freaking cross.
We were bringing it up every single video leading into that TK cross, Krisha. So and the videos after that. So pretty sure everyone caught it. Look at the retest too on that. We broke towards the upside, retested it right over there, and boom! That was the trade. That was the trade. And then Krisha, the 40 has crossed too now, confirmed as well.
Oh, has it? Oh, get out! Oh my goodness, these are like super, super bullish TK crosses above the cloud, guys, not to be ignored. And you know what? When we actually crossed on the 3-day, I noticed even the daily was sort of heading up. And Sean, we also have like a bullish TK cross over the daily cloud as well. Remember the last time we got that? We were here. Yeah, we were still at around 10K. I remember this cross so vividly. So here we got the cross on 16th October 2020. Guys, I'm going to zoom out of my chart, and I want you to see the run. Notice the run that Bitcoin made. You guys seeing that? Are you guys seeing that? That was a what? Jeez Louise. Jeez Louise, 467%. The TK, the extra, very, very strong bullish TK crosses are not to be ignored, especially now that we're seeing sort of these cascading crosses amongst all of these time frames. Do not ignore it. Do not ignore it. Someone asked, is Bitcoin gonna keep going up? I think if we break 60K, yeah. 74 is going to be the next major target. I mean, it's blue sky breakout at that point. While 74, I'm only getting that target because of the cup and handle. This could, of course, break the cup and handle target and move further up. So keep your ass peeled on that.
Yep. This looks really, really good. Vishal says made so much money on Arb back in the day. Yeah, there were a lot of opportunities. So yeah, Vishal was trading arbitrage opportunities back in the day too. So he knows what I'm talking about in terms of how those opportunities have thinned out. Over here, Buster Wolf says, Mango Research, can you talk about what makes the Mango dynamics so special? I think you should talk to the people over here who do use the Mango dynamic. So Mork has the Mango dynamic, Vishal, Wolvie, Krisha has now become a firm believer of the Mango dynamic as well. But to just tell you why and how it came to be, essentially, the Mango dynamic is more of a it's how do I say this? I created it because I needed a way to be able to look at altcoins and have a quick read on them without going through my entire system of everything that I check for when I'm looking for good trade opportunities, right? Because there were so many trade opportunities on altcoins that there were so many altcoins that there was just no way that I could keep track of all the trade opportunities, right? So I needed a way to be able to quickly garner whether something's looking good or not. So I essentially built everything that I look for in one simple indicator that lets me, one, get into the trade not too late, while also exiting the trade not too late, right? So I needed a trend indicator that stuck to the Mango way, that allowed me to enter early and exit early as well, but of course not too early, not too late either, right? So what I built was primarily designed for me to be able to trade altcoins efficiently. But then I realized that, damn, this works so well on Bitcoin as well. So it became essentially my all-in-one indicator, and been working and developing on it ever since. But in terms of what makes it special, it's just a very stress-free indicator, man. It's the Mango indicator.
It's got me very it's so good, it's got me lazy.
It's an all-in-one indicator that essentially does everything that I look for, right? Support and resistance, trend, as well as volatility.
It's magic. On freaking Cardano and freaking Ethereum, it's absolute magic. So someone asked if Bitcoin is going to get a pullback. In the next 3 days. I don't know if it's going to get in the next 3 days. Could we be seeing a pullback? Perhaps. Let's go ahead, mark out. So I'm looking at the daily time frame right now, Sean. I think breaking 60K first. Go on, you're gonna say something?
Oh no, apologies.
You might have a better answer than me.
No, I think you're right. Go on.
So the daily is gonna be a chop. I'm noticing the lower time frames right now. It's a complete freaking chop on the lower time frames. You're gonna get chopped out of your trend trades. I'll say this. So 60K first, I'm looking at the 2-day time frame max. If we break 60K, I'm saying it's a swift move up to 63. We start taking out 63, then I'm saying further up we go. It's only really once we start seeing additional sort of rejections. So if I see consecutive 4-hour candle body closes underneath this $60,000, then there's a good chance that we possibly come down to give 57.6K an official test. That's the Sean, you were looking at this level earlier in the stream, right?
Yeah. Yep.
57.6K might just be your next test. But if you, Sean, get on over to your 2-day time frame and look at that previous 2-day candle. Like, that was such a bullish pickup.
Yep.
Right? That was such a bullish pickup. Like, when you see candles like this, just expect the best thing to do is to expect the high probability trade is for it to move to the upside.
Exactly,
When you
and
see a
we're
6%
closing the
wick.
4-day as well today, Krisha. We're closing the 4-day, and it's the 4-day that got picked up, in my opinion. It got picked up off a key level as well. It's
Yeah.
not just that it got picked up, Krisha. It got picked up off a level that we've been talking about for months. That 53.5K level that we've been waiting for Bitcoin to break towards the upside. That's the level we retested, and prior to that retest, we had specifically mentioned that if we come down there, that's going to be a buy, right? Now, of course, it's not a certainty, but it's a high probability. And if we're wrong on that, it tells us something about the market, that it's not respecting a key level, and that's going to be bearish. But the fact that we got such a good pickup of such a key level made me that much more bullish leading into the days to come.
Yeah. So when you see candles like that, when you see like these bullish pickups, just the best thing to do is to expect price to actually start ticking to the upside. Have those invalidation points, of course. You know, things have to change. But more often than not, that's what I have observed on the chart. Once again, as for seedlings, it's all candlestick analysis, right?
Yep. So Kusha, another cool thing you can do for the viewers is to switch to your weekly time frame on the Mango view on the dashboard. So you can switch your scene and switch on the weekly horizontals this time, not the 4-day, the weekly support and resistance, because we've been showing the 4-day, and many of the viewers who do not have premium access have not seen the weekly levels that we're coming up against at the moment.
Okay, guys, hold up. Let me switch my view, my whatever thingamajig here. I'm still new, Mango dashboard, and boom! Look at that transition. Come on, more likes for the transition, guys. Hit those likes. That was a sweet transition.
Beautiful, Kisha.
Okay, so here we are, the Mango view. Once again, major props to Mock and Shanks. Brilliant job on this. I have been using it pretty aggressively, and I wish I had used it when I took my short on Bitcoin. So I was like, nope, not doing that. Because if I had just sort of listened to paid heed to the SNR regions, I would not have taken that short. But yeah, I had to drop that position, take a loss, but it's okay. It's okay. Switch sides. Okay, so weekly SNR. I'm currently on the weekly time frame, by the way, guys. The Mango view is the Mango dashboard. There's a free version of the Mango dashboard. For those of you who do not know where to find it, there's a link. You'll see a little green box on the screen. It says app.mangoresearch.co. You can just get on there and you will see this beautiful Mango dashboard. Get on over to the Mango view. You'll have access to 2 time frames that you will not have access to if you're on a free TradingView account. That's the weekly and the 4-day time frame. And these are 2 very powerful time frames, by the way. So get on here. Premium members, you guys can toggle on your SNR, keep up with me. And for those of you who are not premium members, well, still keep up with me. Here we go, weekly SNR. Beautiful, and look at that.
It's clean.
It's, oh my god. How?
Oh, Krisha, we gotta say bye to Wolvie. He's leaving.
Oh.
Wolvie, I thought you were staying for the stream. Aren't you working from home today, or are you catching the next bus? Just skip. Call in sick. It's Friday.
Thanks for tuning in, Wolvie.
At the very least, could you call it a day early so you could play Catan with us today?
Ooh. Mock's like, yes, please play Catan with us today. That way I can win. Mock is like the winner of the group. And he's so fast. I was watching his game once and he's just like, he just knows what, like optimal moves. It's pretty ridiculous. I thought it was super cool.
Yeah.
Much love, guys. Thank you. Big Mike Crypto. You're most welcome, man. Thank you for tuning in.
Steve, thank you, man. Glad you found the channel. We'll see you next time.
Yes,
we'll try and get on earlier.
Also, guys, for those of you who are not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. What are you waiting for? That way, every time we go live, you guys get a notification.
Paul is in here. How's it going? TB is my game now. Krisha, I turned Mock.
DVDs. Oh my goodness. How many of you play Dead by Daylight in here? Like, I'm just a spectator, and I get scared just spectating. I'm running out the room. Like, that game can really get your heart rate up. My goodness.
I'm so glad to see Paul in here today.
What's up, Depeche?
Paul probably has some interesting charts for us to look at.
Oh yeah.
Depeche called you Krishna.
Oh, it's Krishna.
She doesn't like that, Depeche.
It's okay. There are so many people wrong all the time. I'm like used to it now. I actually respond to it.
Ooh, Sana Anonymous is in your hometown, Krisha.
Oh, isn't it late there? My goodness.
Yeah, 3 a.m. Krisha played without sound, and she was like getting all the skill checks. I have no idea how she was doing it. I realized towards the end of the game, I'm like, how are you doing this?
I'll be honest with you. I don't know. For those of you who do not know what DBD is like, I just urge you guys just go and on YouTube just type in Dead by Daylight. You'll see a small snippet of it. But it is such a gory game, and if I was playing with sound on, I would have probably just run out the room. I would have missed every skill check.
Winnie the Poop says Matic is popping. You can switch our scene out.
Okay.
Don't forget to switch the scene, Krisha. I always make the mistake.
Okay, but we didn't even go over the horizontals. Let's go over the horizontals very quickly on the main dashboard, just to let you guys know where these horizontals are coming in at, okay? The topmost horizontal here, guys, $60,000. Keep it super simple for yourself. $60,000, as soon as we start closing over that, look for candle body closes, of course. The higher the time frame, the better the close. And we start seeing that Bitcoin is ready to party. Okay, do not get shook out of your trades. If you're looking for a trend trade, do not get shook out on the lower time frames. Do not do that to yourself. Just have invalidation points. When I look at support and resistance, I'm usually looking at them as good invalidation points for myself. Okay, so you can keep it that simple for yourself. And yeah, that's that for the Mango dashboard. 60K to the upside, and to the downside, I think Bitcoin is in a range. And once again, Sean, even if you look at the Mango dashboard, support and resistance, the downside range is 58.2K. Right, so we're like scrunched up in a little tiny zone there. So these are the levels that you need to keep your eyes peeled on, because hey, you might get another buy-in, a lower buy-in. But at that point, really measure, understand whether it's worth it, you know? So be smart about it. Do some math. Very, very simple, easy math for yourself. Keep it easy.
Krisha, Mark has a really good point. The Matic is on the dashboard, so we don't need to switch out.
Boomba.
Let's go ahead and see how the automatic support and resistance lines have done on Matic. Actually, I haven't checked it out on the dashboard. Let's go, Mark. Mark, let's see how Mark's algorithm does. He's on. The pressure's on.
Let's do the Let's do the weekly SNR regions first, okay? So, okay, first off, Matic USDT on the weekly time frame, Mango View, guys. It's looking good, Sean. It's looking like it's a consolidation. It's a symmetrical triangle consolidation, right? For those of you who do not know what I'm looking at right now, let's go ahead and do a free-form drawing on this. So it's a squeeze right there, right? So that's the symmetrical triangle that I'm looking at. And now, if we just go ahead and put on that weekly SNR regions, it's not bad. It's actually pretty freaking good. Scrunched up in a range right there. Right, allow me to just get rid of these drawings. Zoom into this chart. Come on, clean on the range. Upside target on this is coming in at $1.68. And you know what? I'm in agreement. And so I'll say this. Oh my god. This might actually get up there. Midpoint, I think, comes in at around $1.40. We start closing daily candles over $1.40. This goes up to $1.68. What are your thoughts?
I'm pretty surprised with how we're seeing confluence on the 40 and the weekly SNR over here, actually. So that makes it for a really clean trade. Really clean trade. So this is it, guys. If we start seeing multiple of these altcoins, right, like let's say Matic, Solana, Cardano, Ethereum's already like showing signs of this happening. We start seeing all of these coins break out of their consolidations. Okay, break towards the upside out of their consolidations, of course. along with Bitcoin dominance hitting a key resistance level on the Bitcoin dominance chart, right? That's when we start to look towards using that Bitcoin strength, right, that we have against altcoins. Because I'm pretty sure, Krisha, if we switch to Matic on the Bitcoin pairing, it's going to look like garbage. It's going to look like trash, because if Matic is consolidating sideways against USD while Bitcoin is going upwards against USD, Matic BTC is likely in a downtrend, right? Yeah. So we get to essentially buy Matic at a cheaper price, even if it's breaking into highs on USD, right? Do you guys see where I'm going with this, by the way, now? With my mindset on how to use Bitcoin to our advantage to trade altcoins, right? You just need to catch one of these good cycles and you're going to be brilliant. So, Kusha, I'm not sure whether you want to switch to Matic BTC on your lower chart down there, on your trading view.
Yeah,
yeah.
Let's do that.
So we can see both that way.
Give me a minute. Matic BTC. Let's do it. Oof. Bitcoin's got this one by the neck. Yeah, Matic BTC is not looking too good. And why is this important, right? Why is the Bitcoin pairings important? I often think about this, and when I was a new trader, I often thought about this as, you know, what's the difference anyways? And it's really about when you enter the crypto space, right? That the first gateway, you're pretty much getting into either a stablecoin, USDT, the prominent one, or you're getting into Bitcoin or Ethereum, right? Those are the three available sort of gateways into the crypto sphere back then. And the decision was, is it even worth it to drop my Bitcoin right now on an altcoin? Right? That was the main decision that you have to ask yourself, because technically if you're in Bitcoin or you're in Ethereum, you're already in a trade. And that's what I missed when I was a new trader. Holding Bitcoin and holding Ethereum means that I am already in a trade. So the real question is it worth it for me to drop my Bitcoin or my Ether to get into one of these altcoins? Right? What if the better trade right now is to just hold on to Bitcoin or Ethereum?
Yep.
Right, so that's what these charts really answer for you. Is it, are you just best holding on to your Bitcoin or your Ether, or are you best just getting into one of these charts? Right, where are the gains at right now? So right now, between Matic and Bitcoin, allow me to just switch it so you guys get a better sort of view of my chart. Bang! God, I love that transition. But no, look at this chart right now.
Shout out to Ollie, by the way. Shout out to Ollie for that. So Ollie, if you're still here, man. Ooh, swag's in here too. But yeah, much love to Ollie.
Thank you, Ollie, for that. That was, man. When I first saw that transition, I'm like, that's so wicked.
That's so smooth. Yeah.
But no, look at this chart right now, guys. Not sure if you're seeing it. Let me know as soon as it changes. I can see the change right now. I'm probably
for that. Oh. If Bitcoin keeps going towards the upside, altcoins could go through so much pain against Bitcoin, so much opportunity cost. When I say these things, guys, I say it for your own good. I'm looking out for you guys.
Yeah.
I say it with love. The pain is painful, man. I've been through it. You don't want to go through the pain I've been through in this market.
John's had a lot of days where he's just spent a lot of time consoling me over really, really crappy trades.
Skusha, the dashboard down there in the corner, showing us Bitcoin dominance now inching towards 46, right? We've been keeping an eye on that Bitcoin dominance tick from around the 40 level index, and now went up from 40 to 41 to 42, 43, 44, 45, now 46, right? That's going to inch up. I think the key time, the key level we can keep an eye on for all coins again, we can take another look at all coins with a stronger eye, is at around 50, right? I think 50 would be
Are you looking at Bitcoin dominance, right? So you're looking at Bitcoin dominance, right? Okay.
I'm looking at Bitcoin dominance against the dashboard right over there in the corner, just looking at the ticker and the using it as a...
So yeah, I was looking at that, but are you looking at the chart as well right now, or are you just looking at the ticker?
No, I'm just looking at the ticker.
I'm just looking at, I think Matic BTC is going to be a good sort of tip as to what the mid caps and, you know, some of the high M caps are sort of doing. Yes, of course, there are going to be some outliers here and there, but it's really about assessing the odds of you really catching those outliers, right? You do not know which one's going to run. Right now, Matic BTC is not looking the best here against Bitcoin. I mean, we broke key support at around 2,478 sats, and it appears the price is holding that as resistance. Can this picture change? Of course. Things can change in the crypto sphere very fast. If we take that out, we close a candle over that, then there's a good chance that, you know, Matic might see a revival. But so far, I think that the bears, on this chart at the very least, have the edge.
Yeah. So, Krisha Moka asks a interesting question, and this may, I think it's an important question, but may sound a bit complicated to people, so I'm going to try and answer this slowly. So Mark asks, what about getting BTC spot and using it as collateral for bullish alt USD perps? You get both Bitcoin going up, but also USD gains off the alt. Now that may sound like a very, very appealing idea. You get the best of both worlds, but let's break this down. So let's say you're using BTC as collateral on an exchange like Bitfinex, and you're like, okay. Oh wait, I think what you're saying, Mark, is you want to buy BTC. No, that's exactly what you're doing. Okay, you're using BTC as collateral to long alt USD, right? What you're failing to take into consideration is that if those alts are losing ground against Bitcoin, right, even though your alt USD is going up, you get the vanity feeling of, hey, I'm making money on my trade. But then when you settle your position, it's going to be settled against your BT collateralization, and your Bitcoin account is going to go down. So your USD trade is going to look like you have actually made money, and you're going to feel better about yourself that, hey, I've made money on USD, but you'll be settling against Bitcoin, right? So unless you, of course, are leverage trading those perps, right? Basically you'll have to make ground on with the leverage by outperforming what Bitcoin has gained against the alt. At which case you might as well just trade the alt BTC pairing, right, on BitMEX, for example.
It's like you miss the little nuances, you know, when you try to get
or just trade Bitcoin. Yeah, trade the BTC USD pairing on Bitfinex, right? So essentially what you want to be able to do is hold the Bitcoin as collateralization, and your best bet is to trade the BTC USD pairing on Bitcoin if you're going to be trading on leverage. So you get the best of both worlds. Bitcoin going up and Bitcoin going up against USD. Does that make sense? Swag says, good night, Krisha and Sean. Nice first stream.
See you, Swag. Thank you for tuning in. And thanks.
Yeah, Krisha's doing awesome.
Who else is in here? Ashok is in here. What's up, man? How's it going? Jerry Litmanen. Saying that right? Oh, it's Philippe. Philippe.
Yeah, Philippe is in here.
Like, I would never have guessed. Okay, Paul says Link is well worth having a look at. Let's go ahead. Link USDT or Link BTC? Look at USD first.
All right, you take a look at Link. I'm going to take a quick break and be back.
Linky Dink. What is Linky Dink? Oh. All right, I guess. Cup and handle? Yeah, it could be. Could be a cup and handle. Okay, let me just clear out my charts. I just oftentimes have so many freaking lines just hunting for trades, looking for good, opportunities on the long side and the short side. So far, I think, as far as the alts are concerned, the right play would have been shorting the altcoins against the Bitcoin pairings. That would be a good sort of leverage trade to be had. Of course, risk managed. Here we're looking at this. I think it's got the right volume profile as well to support it. Right, you're looking at that. Let's go ahead and maybe put on the cloud. Yeah. I want to start seeing, let's go on daily, any trend being established there. So yeah, preferably what I'd like to start seeing is for Link to, at least at the very least, start getting up over the cloud, and perhaps even that 21 EMA. I want let it start like giving us that slope, telling us that, you know what, we're about to start that trend. I think the ultimate sort of tell on Link USD is going to be as soon as, once again, we break this region right here, which is a neckline coming in at around $33. And honestly, if we actually get that TK cross, so basically the Tenkin over that Kijun, over the cloud, that is going to be our tip in that Link is about to start its party. The music is about to start on Link's chart. So keep your eyes on that. I don't think that the trend has been established just yet. It's still sort of trying to find some sort of... the bulls are trying to find their mojo.
I'm back. Have you taken a look at the Link Bitcoin pairing?
No, I haven't yet. West Coast LA. Hey, thanks. Sean, can you do analysis on Kyber Network USD? You used to love this. It might be a great time to buy after a long correction.
Oh yeah, Kyber made some good money trading that one. I think it's KNC, the ticker, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. KNC USDT?
Yeah. Kyber Net.
So the first thing, by the way, guys, on altcoins, first, get on over to the USD pairings and assess the trend on that. Ask yourself, is this chart bullish? And only then jump on over to the Bitcoin pairings. This is going to be your first tell, by the way, the USD pairings, whether something is worth getting into. In Kyber Network, no, not yet.
Jesus, it's like the complete opposite of what I tell people to do. It's like, I'm like, guys, the first thing you do is check the Bitcoin pairing. If it looks like garbage, don't look at it.
Okay, no, so it's like a step process, right? Really break it down for yourself. We're in a bull market. Bitcoin is saying, hey, I'm ready to party here. So you want to make sure your altcoins are also game, right? And the only way you can know if your altcoin is game is if it's trending against USD. At the very least, in a bull market, come on. You gotta be trending up against USD, which is being printed into oblivion right now. That's the least you owe to yourself. So
yep.
You want to make sure that there's a party happening on this chart.
Right? That's fair. That's a good point. At the very least, you need to be competing with the asset that is depreciating 20% year over year. That's what Krisha is saying. Yeah, that's fair. At the very least. So there's a key horizontal level that you need to be keeping an eye on at around $8 and 29 cents, $1.29, so $1.30 to round up. I think if you're looking to accumulate a long-term position on this one, buying at its current price is a little bit too expensive. I'm looking at the weekly chart, by the way, Krisha. $1.30 is where you'd want this to come down to, and each attempt at the $1.30 level was picked up, and that was essentially the buy as well, right? That's where I would have been looking to accumulate a position as well if I were a Kyber bull. And towards the upside, we're looking at $2.40. So if you break that level, that's when you get bullish towards the upside. Until then, you're accumulating at $1.30, not touching this in the middle of the range, which is essentially where we are at right now, at $1.90 to around $1.60 middle range. Not interested in this at all, because it's opportunity cost. So either buy above $2.40 or buy below at $1.30 is how I read this.
I like that. That's a really good breakdown. Very good breakdown. Yeah, this is the prevailing range, and it's a very volatile one at that too. So if you're positioning on this, be careful and have invalidation points, because let's just go ahead and take the percent of this range, right? From support to resistance. That's a good... Jesus Christ. That's 87%.
Yeah, that's why I like Kyber, because the upside is really nice.
Yeah. These are the charts where, you know, when it really starts trending, you're able to make bank on this. But then when it starts going against you, like, you're at risk of getting your account liquidated. If you're not, you know, properly sort of, if you're not risk managing your trade.
Paul says the 2-day, 3-day, 4-day Vine signals on Link look great. We took a look at Link USD and Bitcoin. Link, I believe, should be played on the weekly minimum right now, and the monthly on the USD pairing.
So I also, like, I look at the Vine signals as soon as I see the trend. I want, like, more beef in my in the trade setup. So But that, I mean, that's me. A lot of people I know, they like sort of buying when things are sort of low. I usually wait on the trend to be established first before I jump in. So I'm okay not buying the bottom. Completely okay not buying the bottom.
Yep. And they're okay not selling the top either.
Yeah.
Jacob says, Jacob from NY here, just found you guys. Hey, awesome. Welcome to Mango. Jacob, he says, subbed. Awesome. Thank you for the sub. And for those of you who have not subbed yet, make sure to hit the sub, hit the like, hit the bell notification icon, especially if you want to catch the next time we do a live stream, because we tend to be a bit random with our timings. Then he goes on to say, what do you guys think about shorting BCH as a hedge against Bitcoin long in leverage trading? Yeah, you're putting a short against a high volatile asset. I should say it this way: an asset that is more volatile than Bitcoin. In order to protect yourself against any crypto dump, because if this is your thesis, right? You're saying that, hey, if Bitcoin dumps, all coins are going to dump harder, and you're saying specifically BCH is going to dump way harder. So it's a good idea. It's a good idea. Especially since you're trading on BitMEX, seems like, since you can put on both trades at the same time. So you're essentially hedging using volatility.
PCH BTC looks like garbage. My goodness. What is this? You know it's a good short when even the USD pairing is not looking too good.
Yeah. But keep in mind, though, Jacob, you have to account for the situation that BCH may actually pump hardcore, right? So the volatility could go against you. So it's not a free hedge, right? The volatility could go really, really the other way against you. And if BCH pumps way harder than Bitcoin pumps, you're going to get liquidated out of your Bitcoin trade as well. So Bitcoin could go sideways, for example, and BCH could just go on a tear. And I've seen that happen. By the way, I've been in a long trade on BCH where it pumps 45-15% in a single quarter hour, right? So 4 hours. Sorry, quarter day. So
yeah, he's right there. I've been caught in one of those trades, and that ended up very, very, very badly. I had a really bad habit. I'm not sure if any of you guys can resonate with me, but when I first started trading, you can ask Sean. Sean used to get, he's like, what the hell are you doing? But I used to position in the middle of a range. Now I have the BCH USDT chart open in front of me, and I used to position somewhere here right now, right? We're in the middle of a range. It's clearly that we're in the middle of a range, and think of managing this position suddenly. Think of how hard I've made it for myself. Right? And I used to do that on volatile charts. So a lot of times the trade would go against me, but it would go terribly wrong to a point where I used to see a candle like this. I'm just like, oh, shoot, right? It's a bad position to be in. So even if you are shorting any of these coins, make sure you get them at a level. That was the biggest lesson that I learned, because when you get it at a level, right? Even oftentimes, take this region here. This we're looking at BCH, but this is true for many of the other coins as well, where you see a volatile move to the upside, breaking key resistance, but then the next candle you'll see something like this, where you'll see the equal to the volatile move to the downside, testing that resistance that you just broke, right? And then you can exit on that test. But imagine positioning somewhere here. You're still, even after this dump to the downside, you're still in significant losses. So if you're positioning on any of these charts, whether it's to the upside or to the downside, position relative to a good sort of region of resistance or support. It just makes the trade so much more easier to manage.
Yep. Well said, Kusha. Well said. Randy is a bit random. Hey man, at least you caught this time stream, so welcome to the Mango stream. Good to have you in your bud. Good to. Julian is like, hey Randy, you finally caught. Morning, Randy, you finally caught the stream. That's all. Yep.
I don't see Randy in here.
Mock's leaving. Mock, really? What work could you possibly have that's more important than Mango, bud?
Oh. See ya, Mock. Thank you for tuning in, man. Mock's always he's always here.
Oh, by the way, guys, also check out all these Fibonacci articles on mangoresearch.co. And for those of you on the C chat, there's a really, really great thread on fibs, right? So it's a long thread, but really worth reading. I recommend reading that in conjunction with Ollie's theory on the website. So good stuff, Ollie. Good stuff.
Should try and link that. In fact, if someone can link that in the chat, that would be awesome.
I'll try to get my hands on it.
Let's scroll up and see any other requests. Ehsan Yusuf says, hey Sean and Krisha, what's up, man? Can we look at DYDX? Let's do it. Who was looking at DYDX recently, Sean? Was it you?
Yeah, it was.
Yes, and it's charted too. Okay. My goodness. It's going to the moon, guys. Okay, so it's range bound right now. It's a squeeze. Okay. Okay, look at how neat these regions are, guys. I am, along with being pattern queen, I am also support and resistance queen. Watch me blow my own horn.
How's it going, bud?
So it's $24 to the upside resistance and $21 to the downside support. I'm saying that if we start to living over that $24 region, so I'm looking for candle body closes. This is the daily. We have yet to close. Notice how we've yet to close that daily over that $24 region. We've been using it as resistance. The 4-hour time frame, it's been a chop on the 4 hours. So I'd say look towards, I think the 12 hours, your lowest time frame that you can actually look for confirmation on as far as $24 is concerned. If we start closing consecutive candles over $24, 27 here we come. That's going to be your next sort of region right there. That's a good 11%, right, to the upside. We start taking out 27, then blue sky breakout, higher highs for DYDX.
Indeed. Philippe says, funny thing is, when I saw that candle this morning, I thought, nice, and then immediately thought, keep risk management fully in sight. I used to be quite different psychologically, all thanks to the seed. Hey man, that's awesome to hear, because I focused a lot on drilling down the psychology, the mindset, and risk management part of it throughout every single module, right? So it makes me so happy to read this kind of feedback from you seedlings when you guys come and tell me that your view on risk management has completely changed, not because you've learned something new about how to risk manage, because a lot of people can learn, I need to risk manage, period. But for me to able to drill it into your minds to a point where it becomes something you think about as your first step whenever you see an opportunity is a huge victory in my heart. Because if you guys think about it, right, the first few modules, the first 3 modules, in fact, focus on the fun aspect of risk management. I focus a lot on making it fun, like fun ideas. You guys know what I'm talking about with the analogies and the thinking like a trader module. We don't get into any of the nitty gritty stuff, the boring theory, right? That other people think risk management is all about. Make it fun, and then we get into the trading, the support and resistance, the trend analysis, and come full circle back into risk management again. And that's 5 hours of me again drilling it down into your heads, making sure that you guys remember what this is all about. TA is all about risk management first, right? And then we wrap up with some more fun stuff with Ichimoku and oscillators. So it makes me really happy to hear that the first idea that you had in your mind was do not lose sight of risk management. Thank you, Philippe, for that.
And Philippe's been such a great member to have in the seed family.
Yeah, the idea, the thoughts he shares, the paragraphs he writes each time, it's always so good to read.
Risk management was that one module, by the way, that like completely changed the game for me. It was a complete, utter game changer. Helped me stay in my trades, and I was able to sleep. That was the best part.
Yeah.
You can ask Sean, like, I used to have many sleepless nights until he's like, okay, can you just stop, sit down, and I'll guide you through this. And he sat me down through risk management, and then it all just clicked. Psychology and risk management. It's the two biggest sort of things you can do for yourself. Two biggest concepts you can learn that will give you the ultimate edge in the market.
And I tell people this often: if I could throw away all my indicators, all my TA tools in general, I just throw it all away, and I could outperform most traders simply using my risk management strategy. Right? Give me a coin where I'll flip heads or tails that will allow me to decide whether I should go long or short, and I will still outperform people because of the risk management strategy that I'm allowed to just follow to the T. Because the 50-50 edge that I have is enough, because the risk management strategy alone gives me the rest of the edge that I need. And that's how important the risk management is, guys. Isan says, Sean, I feel like you were a uni professor in another life. The C program has been amazing thus far. It's funny that you said that, man. I actually began my PhD, my academic career, with the idea of becoming a professor, because I was like, okay, you know what? I'm not enjoying my corporate life. I'm not enjoying the money means very little to me. I'm not feeling fulfilled. So I'm going to go into academia to become a professor so I could teach. And when I was talking to my prof, who was the same prof who actually taught me how to code, taught me Java 2, taught me databases. She's such a good teacher herself. I told her that she inspired me so much, and I wanted to become a teacher. Just like her, right? I want students to remember me, because Kusha knows, she went to the same university as I did, and I was teaching kids throughout university whenever I had the chance. I was teaching the first years, the second years, and my masters. I was teaching people too. And my prof told me that you're not going to get to teach as much as you would like to, Sean. It's the sad truth. But for the first 7 years, you're going to be focused only. They're going to make you focus only on research and writing papers. And that kind of disheartened me. But she was the one who wanted me to research Bitcoin for my PhD. And I was like, nah, that Bitcoin thing's a scam. I'm not interested in it. I was so against the idea of Bitcoin at the time. Then she turned me on to Ethereum. She's like, maybe you'll be interested in Ethereum. And I was like, yeah, that sounds interesting. Software, right? A decentralized application, so cool. But yeah, that's how Mango Research was born. My quest into researching Ethereum made me realize that Bitcoin is the answer.
Sean's been teaching me about it for the past 10 years. Like, this guy he pretty much sleeps while listening to his books. I wish I was making that up. The ultimate academic. Sean, I'm looking at Dixie right now.
Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts? It's resisting that 95 level.
Droopy Snoopy. It's not looking the best. The one level that you had marked out, which was the 95 region, that's like a triple rejection right now off of that region. We had the doji on the last weekly close, right? And we're seeing another really, really swift rejection off of 95 once again this week. It's not looking too good for Dixie here. Could potentially see it come all the way down to 93. And right now, I think they don't intend on, on easing the Fed.
You mean tapering?
Tapering, yeah.
They're going to posture, though. They're going to say that, hey, we are thinking of tapering because they don't want the bond market to freak out. So the bond market right now consists of two sides: people who want them to taper and people who don't want them to taper. The people who don't want them to taper are essentially the people who are going long bonds, right? Because they want the Fed to constantly be bidding up the market. On the other side, there are other people thinking, what the hell is going on? Because inflation is going to go out of control if you keep the money printing going like this, right? So the Fed needs to be able to essentially manage expectations of inflation and also manage expectations of deflation. So they're trying to posture on both sides right now, because expectations are going to spark a narrative that could lead to contagion on one side or the other. Because if you go into a deflation spiral, it could get out of control. If you go into an inflation spiral, it could get out of control. So what the Fed is intending on doing is essentially pinning yields, right, in the bond market between around 1% and 2%. That's essentially what they'd ideally want it to be at. So as long as that's going sideways right now, we're going to start seeing money flow from gold and the bond market as well into equities and Bitcoin, in my opinion. But mostly Bitcoin. We're seeing that right now, right? We're seeing gold get. Do you have the gold and order chart open? No, you don't.
I don't, but I can get on there.
Could look at SPY, see what's going on there.
I'm so used to typing USDT. A gold inverted.
Sana Anonymous says, Sean, you got to tell us how the two of you met up. You guys, if you guys hear a story, you're gonna think, wow, that is such a Hollywood I don't know what to call it. It is the most bizarre, crazy story. It's one of the stories that make you think these two were meant to be together. Like our family, our parents on both sides, they both think like, what the hell, how? But yeah, someday we'll share the story with you guys. But we'll definitely be sharing the story with the seedlings when we have a meetup very, very soon, hopefully.
That was, I think up till today, we're both still in disbelief.
Yeah.
So I'm on gold spot, Sean. I wonder what the gold bugs are saying now. Like, where's the outperformance? So at what point does gold really thrive now?
It's not. Gold is doing what it essentially should be doing, which is going sideways in these market conditions, right? Because what's happening right now is that the bond market is saying that, hey, we are expecting inflation expectations are around 2%. That's what the bond market is pricing in inflation at, because they think that at the moment, at the very least, the bond market is saying that, hey, inflation is transitory. Yes, the CPI prints are coming out at around 5% for consecutive months right now. But hey, let's give it a bit more time, because we think that we're going to go into a deflation crisis very soon. And on average, we're going to have a 2% print. So the gold is being priced according to that, in my opinion. So let's see how things pan out. But on the flip side, another narrative which I also believe in is that money is fleeing from the gold market and entering the Bitcoin market, and that is very, very likely, considering that there's very little reason to hold gold if you understand Bitcoin. Once you understand Bitcoin, there's no reason to hold gold, right? You'd just rather have Bitcoin. It's better in every single way. In every single way, it's better. People say, "Oh, but Bitcoin, gold has industrial use." Well, Bitcoin actually is better in that regard, because it actually has financial use in the financial markets now, because you're seeing it being used as a means of payment, legal tender in countries. And gold, on the other hand, only 1% of its entire market cap is used for industrial usage, right? So it's really negligible. Like, oh, I have gold in my watch. Gold is used to make this. There's gold in your iPhone. It's like so little, so trivial. It's meaningless. Gold is being used primarily as a monetary tool to hedge against inflation, to hedge against inadequate and bad monetary policy. And once you understand Bitcoin, you realize, hey, Bitcoin is better, because you know for sure there's going to be only 21 million. There's no cap on gold's market supply, right? So Bitcoin gives people a lot more certainty. It's a lot more portable. We can move across the globe with it, with the uncertainty that we have with global policy, people not being confident in which direction their country is going to take with policies in regards to COVID, with the pandemic, etc. Some people lean one way, some people lean the other way. Regardless of what direction you lean in, you want the ability to just walk away with your wealth without having to answer to the policymakers who say, hey, if you want to exit our country, give us 20% of your wealth before you exit. There's a wealth tax if you have to exit, right? And it's hard to walk away with your real estate packed in your suitcase. It's hard to walk away with tens of millions of dollars of gold packed in your suitcase. But it's very, very, very easy. In fact, it's trivial to walk away with tens of millions, even billions of dollars of Bitcoin packed away in your mind. Think about the power in that.
Gold greater than Bitcoin right now. Let's look at some altcoins. Let's take a couple of requests and then we'll wrap this baby up. Bitcoin 60K is gonna be clutch, guys. Bitcoin breaking 60K. Brace yourselves. Aaron says, let's look at VeChain. Bet USDT, shall we?
Tan with the MVP comment in the comment section right there.
What do you say?
Yeah, let's. He says, gold's industrial uses are very recent. In most of recorded history, gold was mostly used as money and wealth preservation, a function that Bitcoin effectively does way better. Indeed. Well said, Tan. Well said. Yeah, let's look at Polkadot as well, Krisha, after you're done with VeChain.
VeChain. Yeah, let's do that. So VeChain right now, I'm saying let's go put on the volume as well. Yeah, got it.
I like VeChain, Krisha. VeChain is one of the coins I like really the most amongst the altcoins.
Look at this juncture right here, right? On the weekly, I'm currently on the weekly, Sean, so I'm just going to be assessing the altcoins on the weekly. As far as the trend is concerned on VeChain, I think it's still, it's trying to establish the uptrend. We still have, we got a series of, well, higher lows being established. I think what's really going to set the tone for the VeChain bulls is pretty much us taking out 15 cents to the upside. We start taking that out, then watch out. And I think, you know what? If you look at the, Sean, if you pull up your cloud on the weekly time frame, notice how we've been closing over that 21 EMA. It's been, you know, getting supported on that and pretty freaking well at that too. We got Tenkin support, 21 EMA support. You can see that 21 EMA, you know, curving up ever so slightly. So we're looking for that trend to really be established. I think we might just have a nice clean C-span trade on this. So essentially from the Tenkin up to the Kijun. Kijun, guys, comes in at around 14 cents, right? So I think if we get there, then there's a good chance that we break that 15 cent region to the upside. Breaking 15 cents, I have a nice beautiful cup and handle marked out for you. It has not been activated yet, so just watch out for that. But if this breaks, then highs. VeChain to there, its highs right there at around 25 cents. Yeah, keep
I think
it simple.
So too. And Krisha, unlike the other altcoin charts, VeChain BTC is looking really interesting because it's already come down to key levels that we've traded off those levels before in the past. So VeChain BTC.
Are you guys looking at my chart? I've literally freaking dissected every chart. It's all just so messy for me. But please know that I'm not in any of these coins. It's just been here for like months on end. So wait, what time frame are you looking at it on, Sean? VeChain BTC.
Apologies, did I miss something?
Oh yeah, I just asked you what time frame were you looking at VeChain on?
Oh, I'm looking at the weekly time frame. I have a horizontal zone between 179 and 183 that we've come and wicked off of this week. So it bounced off a key horizontal zone that essentially VeChain had its lift off the last time we broke through it, right? So it was also a zone, by the way, that I think this was a zone, Krisha, where we took our profits of our trade when we traded it between May 2020 all the way to July.
Yeah, it's gonna be so watch out for this zone. I feel like there's a bounce gonna happen on VeChain, and we're kind of getting that hint, right, on the VeChain USDT chart, saying that there might just be a C-span trade. If that C-span plays out, then we could potentially see VeChain get supported along this region. However, I think if we break, Sean, that 183 sat region that you have there, this could make another move to the downside, and that's gonna be a volatile range, in my opinion.
That is true.
23% to the downside.
Yeah.
So careful on that.
I'm looking at that weekly level, Krisha, but also with the fact that if you look at the daily now, you mark out the weekly zone, and then you switch to the daily, and you look at it as a falling channel coming down onto a weekly level, right? With VeChain USD putting in a better higher low than most of the other altcoins. I think that there's a chance that we may see a bounce of this because of the falling channel coming onto the weekly level. Okay. You're right, though. If we do lose that zone, it's going to be a volatile move towards the downside. But that's essentially why you also play it as a key support level.
Yeah.
That could break towards the downside, but if it does bounce, it's going to be nice.
Yeah, no, you can. It's a great point to be positioning at, because it's going to be an easy one to know when you're invalidated, right? But yeah, we're currently on key support for VeChain BTC. A good position juncture, definitely. What else? Any other? Polkadot. We'll be wrapping up soon, so we'll cover a couple of altcoins before we head to the gym, Sean.
Mm-hmm.
So I have clearly covered Polkadot on my chart. Cup and handle broken to the upside. Measured move to this comes in at around $64. The nail in the coffin for the bears. Watch out. $44. We start ticking up over that, so I'm looking for even daily candles, honestly. If we get on over the daily, where we doing? Yeah, see, look at that. So if you mark out $44 and around that 50-cent region, and I just sort of zoom in on this, notice how the two times that we actually managed to get up over that region, there was no real confirmation, because when you're looking for confirmation, I personally look for 2 consecutive closes. We did not get that here. Every time we broke, the 2 times that we did break, we broke without confirmation. So as soon as we start seeing at the very least 2 daily candles close over 44, that's when this baby's moving up to its measured move. So watch out for Polkadot. I think Polkadot is actually looking pretty good. Now this is a good chart against USD. This is what you want to see. If you're looking to position on any of the altcoins, you want to look for them to be trending against USD first.
Yep. I think DOT is likely going to be one of the front runners on this altcoin run when we do see altcoins start moving. DOT and Ethereum, I think.
Oh man, Ethereum is actually looking really good. So this is DOT. Oh, Mock is back. Yeah. What else? Someone asked for STX. STX, what's your name? Boglu? Boglu. STX BDC. Stacks. Stack and sats. You're not gonna be stacking sats here, not anytime soon. Okay. No, it's not looking. I mean, it's a chop, right? Telling me that there's this very bad liquidity on this chart. That's what this chart is telling me just by looking at the wicks. Tell me if I'm wrong. The volume must not be the best on Binance.
You're gonna like the USD chart, Kusha. On the weekly.
Yeah, it's not looking too bad. This might actually be a cup and handle on the Bitcoin chart as well, but I think it still has some time to play out. Yeah, it's alright. It's alright. We start seeing, so you can see the 21 EMAs start trending up on the Bitcoin chart. STX USDT might actually be looking really good.
I think you're gonna like
damn.
Yeah,
Yes,
it looks nice.
Yes, it is.
if it closes the weekly above $2, it's likely going to make its way back to $3.
Yeah. Good catch.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, we do have a Twitter, but follow me on Twitter, guys. Don't follow Mango Research.
Yeah, follow Sean. Sean posts a lot. I just retweet when I see something really cool and something very interesting. I like.
Follow me, guys, especially if you love Bitcoin.
The charting happens on YouTube. All the other important things, the wealth building, philosophies are posted on Twitter.
What's the measured move, Krisha, if we do break this towards the upside?
What are you
I think
looking at,
there's an
STX?
ascending. I think that there's an ascending triangle that has broken up already, right? Look at that.
Let me check.
I'm looking at Axie right now, Andrew, but Krisha isn't. I'm looking at a dump against Bitcoin.
There is a formation here, but I'll be honest with you. Maybe one of you guys could actually spot it out. I'm not able to put a finger on it. Usually you see rounded bottoms. This is not the best. This is not the ideal rounded bottom, of course. It's got the volume to support it, I'll give it that. But usually they're reversal patterns as opposed to continuation patterns. STX seems to be putting in something like that. If we actually see this break to the upside, so essentially taking out these highs here on the USD chart, this could go all the way up to 364 $3.64.
By the way, Krisha asked for this construction on my end of the condo. Krisha, apologies, but Jacob asked for SNX a couple of times. He said this is what he also followed up with. He's like, it's 100% down since its all-time highs, and it looks like it's going for breakout.
So wait, which one was that again? SNX?
SNX, yeah. So, word of advice, something being down 100%, 1000%, 300% shouldn't be a criteria to base your decision of whether to look at the coin or not. You can look at it as like a fifth idea or fifth booster or something like that, but it shouldn't be even the first three things you look at. Just as a quick tip. Because people tend to make that psychological mistake where they're like, oh, this thing's down so much, right? It's bottomed. Now it could revert all the way to its highs again. Try not to be a reversion to a mean trader. Try to be a trend trader in the crypto space. In the crypto space, being a trend trader has had the most edge, period. It allows you to make the most efficient use of your capital and allows you to also stay away from a lot of pain that this market can inflict on you psychologically while you're watching other coins pump and your coin that has retraced still going sideways. And eventually you're going to give up on the coin because the patience is not going to... Your patience is going to run thin. And exactly when you sell is when the coin moves, and that can be very disheartening. So the easiest way to trade this market is to be a trend trader.
Yeah. Like, this is not... Oh, SNX is not looking good. Like, against USD, like, look at a chart like DOT. If you're really looking to understand which chart looks good, compare it to DOT right now. Like, DOT against USD is looking excellent, right? Those are the kind of charts that you want to be hunting down, not charts that are not moving. That was another lesson that I learned in the last bull market. Looking for these coins that haven't moved, and in anticipation for it to move because everything else is moving is, it's just a bad idea. You'll be waiting, and there's immense opportunity cost in the crypto market because you need to understand that these markets, at least the crypto market for one, it moves fast. Like, we know people who've made life-changing gains in a matter of months, and you know what? You could be stuck in a bag that does not move for months while everything else is moving. So you do not want to be caught in one of those things. So I think that the mantra here is to position in a crypto or in an asset wherein the direction of least resistance is to the upside. A direction of least resistance is to the upside. Now take DOT for example. It's telling us that, hey, this is trending up. We're having a party here, right? SNX USDT, not so much.
Mm-hmm.
The music has even the people haven't even showed up to the party, so just be careful here.
Oh yeah, and Andrew Pedraja says, just wanted to thank the lady for making it so clear and understandable with your video that pertains to leverage. Indeed, Krisha has done a fantastic job with her Binance series on leverage trading. So if you guys are interested on trading using Binance, especially leverage, definitely check out Krisha's series. She does a fantastic job. And if you guys want Krisha to do a series on FTX, which I'm trying to coax her into doing, join our Discord at themangoway.com/Discord. Right, you can find us at themangoway.com/Discord, and just keep PMing her and annoy her, saying, when FTX, when FTX, when FTX, ma'am, when FTX, madam, when FTX, lady, when FTX. Just keep annoying her. Right? You have my approval. So yeah, but join the community, guys. We're really friendly. We're really welcoming. But if you're the kind of person who likes to be the know-it-all, if you're the kind of person who tries to show off that you know everything, you like to put down people who don't know as much as you, do not join our community. You are not welcome to the Mango Grove. Mango Grove is a community for people who are looking to learn, looking to ask questions. The more questions you ask, the more we respect you. The newer you are, the more we respect you. Try to show off and trying to show how good your technical skills are is not something that impresses anyone in our community.
Yeah, I agree. We're like super chilled out, a nice family vibe, PG-13.
Yeah, it's a PG-13 Discord as well, FYI. Family friendly. All right, so with that, Krisha, you want to take any final requests before we wrap up the stream?
Yeah, we'll take some final requests. Oh no, I closed my little chat box thingamajig.
Okay, I'll read the thingy out for you. Doesn't seem to be like any requests. I think we covered them all.
Paul says, great stream, Krisha. Thank you, Paul. I'm taking a bow. A curtsy, actually. I'd say curtsy would be more appropriate.
Sax is a Bitcoin smart contract platform. Interesting.
Yeah, remember we had heard about that?
No, I don't remember this at all.
I remember hearing about STX being a smart contract platform for Bitcoin. And I thought that was really cool. But I don't know what progress it's made.
Really? Stacks?
It's someone brought it to my attention. Okay, Paul says EGLD. Let's go ahead and do EGLD. EGLD. USDT. Remember, guys, when you're evaluating anything, USD first. You want to make sure there's a party on that before you do anything else. If there's no party, just pan away, okay? Look for something else.
Is this the same stacks that we traded back when it was like 7 cents?
Yes.
So, yeah, okay, this is the same stacks, right? So, guys, I was actually in this... I think I got in on the ICO or something on this one, and I got this in at like 3 cents or something. I got out at some crazy price a year or so later, but I don't recall anything about its fundamentals. I'm surprised that it's a Bitcoin smart contract platform. Yeah, it's sitting at $2.77 now. It's crazy.
Yes, Paul, EGLD looking great. Ascending triangle. If this breaks, it activates a bull flag as well. So please get ready in your Moon Boy suit as soon as it breaks. Because minimum 343, right? But hey, if the bull flag triggers and we go into a full-fledged, run, courtesy Bitcoin, $453. Man, I remember when EGLD it just hit the charts. I think Sean was the one who brought it up to my attention. And I think there's a post too on Mango on EGLD. $453. That's gonna be a good 71% to the upside. Measured move of the bull flag, but of course contingent on it breaking, so look for that confirmation, right? But yeah, it's a good chart. Now this is a chart where the party is clearly started, right? The music is on. People are ready to dance.
Yeah, I like EGLD.
EGLD is a good chart.
Good find, Paul. What's
Okay, we'll
EGLD
take
about?
2 more, and then we will...
Let's look at EGLD on coinmarketcap.com. I've been gone. Wait, this is Elrond? Right, this is Elrond. I've traded this. I forgot the tick. Oh my god, I made so much money on this. This is Elrond.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And then I think they rebranded to eGold. I don't know why. I thought
Yeah,
Elrond was,
that makes so much more sense. I was like, what? How did I not know the ticker? Right. I traded this before they rebranded and pegged their coins to, yeah, they were trading the cents before they rebranded. I think the CEO was trying to follow the Bitcoin narrative that was developing at the time, which was digital gold, because money printing had become a big thing, right? And Bitcoin was picking up a lot of steam because of the digital gold narrative. So I think that was the angle that he was going for. One of the reasons I did trade Elrond was because that CEO was so good at pumping his coin, man. I was like, this guy's going to pump Elrond. And he had the tokenomics, everything in place. I was like, all right. The similar story with Pundi.
Oh,
right?
God.
Jesus.
So yeah, look for good charts and look for shady CEOs. I'm kidding. Okay, what else? Let's get into the chart. Depace says Sol. I was gonna type Depace on my thing. Okay, no, Sol USDT. Binance. Solana is one of those coins right now that's getting a lot of good hype from all the right people. Sol is definitely worth keeping your eyes on. I'll say that. Okay, for everyone out there, careful with Sol.
Let this be the last one, though.
Okay, cool. Sol, guys, party is on. Symmetrical triangle, bull flag. Okay, we're threatening a break right now on Sol. Yeah, that's the flag right there. We start taking out the Tenkin. That could be the first tell on the break, but wait on the confirmation. Confirmation, for me personally, I usually wait on counterbody closes. What's really cool about Sol's break, especially on this, if I just zoom in, notice how we have the Tenkin sitting right up there, right? We're smack up over that Tenkin. As soon as price really starts living over that, and we hold it as support, that is going to be my tell on that. You know what? This could likely start actually moving to the upside. Let's go ahead and take the measured move of this. Beautiful symmetrical triangle. The symmetrical triangle, so this is like the minimum, right? It comes in at $243. That's the measured move. That's gonna be a good, what is this? 43%. Wow. Done. Sol.
Sol is up against Bitcoin too today.
Yeah. Sol is
and it's putting in an ascending triangle on the 4-hour time frame. Well, not the prettiest ascending triangle, that's for sure, but nonetheless a structure to be keeping an eye on. The daily is definitely putting in a interesting potential bottom-like structure. If we do start seeing candles, I'm looking at the Bitcoin pair. If we do start seeing candles close above 27,450 Satoshi, somewhere around there on the Bitcoin pairing, 27,450 Satoshi, I will be looking for this to have a reversal against Bitcoin.
Yes. This entire juncture really, yeah, Sol, I don't know if Sol really, it's a tough one. How about this? The USD chart is looking so good that I won't be surprised if there's a reversal that actually comes in here. That bull flag activation goes off and we start moving into higher highs for Sol, basically blue sky breakout. I'll be looking for Sol BTC to start taking back some major levels here, essentially the ones that Sean just mentioned. If it starts doing that, then this goes back up to the highs. Notice how we have the Tenkin sweeping in right there as well. That's going to be a nice clean C-span as well. So watch out. I think this chart, do not ignore Sol.
If Sol takes back 30,000 Satoshi, I'm getting back into the trade.
Yeah. Yes. Same here.
Hey, don't copy my trade idea.
I always copy a trade idea. The good ones. But yeah, that's that.
All right, guys. This was fun. I hope you guys enjoyed Krisha's first stream.
Yes, this is
hopefully it's not her last stream.
But we will be covering more altcoins in the next world stream, so definitely show up. And if you want to know when we go live next, do hit that subscribe button, do hit the bell icon so that you are notified as soon as we go live.
Indeed.
And hey, if you want a nice friendly community to just come chat with and, you know, talk about charts, talk about life, do join the Mango community at www.themangoway.com/discord. I believe there's a link in the description. No toxicity. Toxicity will not be tolerated. Only friendly peeps. You want toxic things? The real world outside of us right now is doing a great job. So we can keep that for the real world. Mango, it's all just Mango Treehouse stuff.
Yeah, she's a natural indeed, Jacob. Julian says, great job, Krisha, indeed.
Thank you, guys. I'm like doing multiple curtsies. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Remember, Bitcoin, let's just go over Bitcoin very quickly. Bitcoin is a chart that everyone should be keeping their eyes peeled on. We can see that the altcoins are not, many of the altcoins at the very least, are not trending well against Bitcoin. If you have that decision to make wherein do you basically let go of your Bitcoin for any altcoin? And right now the charts are telling you that no, Bitcoin is a trade that you need to be in, right? 60K is going to be the tell. We start taking out 60K to the upside. Buckle in. I'm saying 74 next stop. That's the next major target that I have on my chart. So, and I will be coming up with further magic targets for you guys. For those of you who've been keeping up with my analysis, you guys know I got a little magic ball with me.
And make sure to join the Discord to keep up with the charts as well. We will be starting a chart section for the Grove members as well, because at the moment we have multiple chart sections for the seedlings, but we'll be starting a chart section for the Grove members as well. That will be led by our one and only Ollie, who has also been doing a fantastic job apparently on the Seed Clubhouse. So thank you so much, Ollie, for that as well. Yeah, I'm excited for the days to come. At the moment, the Discord is public, but we may turn it private if things do get too crazy in any potential bull market that may arise, where bull markets tend to draw in the wrong kind of folk that Mango's not interested in. So this is your opportunity to join the Discord and be an active member while you can, because that's another criteria upon which we will be pruning members off the list. So try and be active in there, guys. It will help you get to know people, make connections in the space, which is really, really beneficial for your long-term growth and your wealth as well in the future. So yeah, join the Grove, be active, make friends, be family friendly, and be part of the family.
Alrighty, guys, do not forget to smash those likes on your way out. Helps the channel tremendously, and much love to everyone who tuned in and kept along with us. Wow, 2 hours and 24 minutes.
Yeah.
Now to the gym. Get those gains in alongside Bitcoin. All right, have a good day, all of you guys. Great weekend ahead too. Thank you for tuning in.
Ciao, guys.
Ciao, guys.